Hello all, MediEvilFan 147 here. Apologies if the lighting's a bit shit right now. There's actually no lighting in our house at the minute. It just went last night and we don't know why. Everything else in the house is working electricity wise, including the light on the cooker fan. So that's all we've got for lighting this minute. I was thinking, since I did a gingerbread house, and yes I do actually have a camera stand today, I've got a tripod that I'm using for it. Since I thought for October, I made that gingerbread haunted house. Yeah, I'm really sorry with bad lighting. But I made that gingerbread haunted house. I bought him stuff for making. So far this month, I've already made salted caramel cupcakes, which were amazing. Made them for my mum's friend's party, and I kept the rest for myself at home for my sister. Sorry about it going really dark and I can't really do anything about it. But yeah, I also made gingerbread men, which I might make again just now actually. I bought him stuff for making it, but I bought him stuff for making mince pies, or to quote my sister, stream elements pies. But yeah, I just went to Tesco's just now just to get some bits and bobs that I needed. I already had most of the stuff. The recipe I'm following, it's a Mary Berry recipe for making the filling, but I'm using suet instead of butter because I just feel like it's more traditional when it comes to mince pies. And I'm also, well, basically the recipe calls for currants, raisins and sultanas and cranberries, and it also calls for mixed peel, citrus fruit, lemon peel and orange peel, which is all in this. Apart from currants, because of course it freaking wouldn't. There was another packet like this that had currants in it, but it didn't have cranberries. So I thought, oh great, so I do need to get one bag of other things. So I got currants today. This has probably the exact amount of each thing I need besides currants, so I might just add this entire bag as well as 125 grams of currants. I need to go get, I need to go put some shopping away. I completely forgot to do that. So I've done most of my measuring over here. I have measured out, leftover Chinese takeaway from nothing. Measured out 200 ml of brander. It was 175 grams to be specific of currants, sultanas, raisins, and cranberries. I couldn't think of the other one. It also says 100 grams of mixed peel. But I'm just going to add this entire bag, and also 175 grams of currants from the other bag. But I also only had dark muscovado sugar, but it said light muscovado sugar, so what I did was I did part dark muscovado, which is underneath this, and part light brown sugar, just to sort of balance it out. And here's my suet as well. I need practically an entire packet, so I didn't bother weighing that. But we also have to zest a lemon and juice a lemon. Let me see if I can find my little lemon juicer, because I got one the other day that looked really cute. Here it is. It's divided into lemon and lime. So you can take the lemon part off if you're just juicing a lime, and put the lemon part on if you're juicing a lemon. I haven't actually tried it out yet, because when I was making a Thai green curry the other day, I couldn't find it, so I had to use my old one. But then I managed to find this one. So yeah, so we have to zest one lemon. These are very naff. You probably will use a better grater than this. My one's falling apart, but I'm using this to grate it. So I'll just aim it downward actually. Oh, sorry for those who have sensitive ears. I'll take that off the plate actually, just so that it doesn't make anybody deaf. I don't know how loud that was on camera. How many of you all find baking gets you in the Christmas spirit? Because that's kind of what gets me into it. I'll be streaming later tonight. I'll be streaming the Grinch Christmas adventures. Maybe to get a while to grate this rind. I feel like I might actually use my other grater. It is a bit better. I don't know. No, I'll stick with this one because it's zesting it a bit finer. I feel like my other one would grate it a bit too thick, and I think you don't want any clumps of lemon rind in your mince pies. Oh yeah, we also have to core and peel an apple just now. I'll probably have to cut it very small. We have to boil it all together until it's basically thick and like the sugar's dissolved. It said sherry or port, I think it said, or brandy, but I feel like brandy is more traditionally what you would use for mince pies. Feels like most of the lemon, but I feel like much is coming out of it. I also got in another lemon because tomorrow I'm deciding to make a roast chicken for dinner. A little bit of a mock Christmas dinner, if you will. And we're making our own pastry today as well. We're not getting a shop bought. Not that there's anything wrong with getting shop bought, like, saves time. Just fancy making it purely authentic, because there's jars of like pre-made mincemeat as well, but I just thought I want to make it entirely by myself. There's nothing quite beats homemade, what do you think? I don't know, there's just something about making it yourself that just feels really good. And there we go, that seems to be as much zest as we can get off this lemon. As much of it as we can anyway. So we need the zest and juice of a lemon as well as lemon peel. Like, you know, the dried peel from mixed peel. Well, this has got mixed peel in it. This bag of mixed fruit has everything that we need, apart from currants. So I'm going to have to measure currants separately. Yummy. But, there we go. That seems to be all we can get off the lemon. Now we just have to test this juicer out. I can't find a smaller. Oh, never mind, there's a smaller one. There we go. Oh, goodness me. I got there. Just wipe that suet off. There we are. We're going to test this new juicer out because I have not used it yet. So let's see how it is. Ooh. Very effective. Well, that definitely well and truly just that. Got a lot of juice out of that. I think what I might do actually, I might actually measure my currants into the same bowl as the lemon, because it's all mixing together anyway, so. One sec. Yeah, I'll put my currants in the same bowl as my lemon zest. 175 grams. I don't make, whoa! Oh! I don't make many recipes with currants in it though, so unless I can just make rock buns, I just use currants instead of sultanas. Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be quite right with the currants because when you just smell the currants, you just smell mince pies. So I feel like the recipe doesn't call for apricots, but there's apricots in this mixed bag of the fruits. But I'm sure we won't know if it's mixed in with other fruits. It's only a little bit of something that's not asked for in the recipe. But I think all we have left to do now is peel and decore this apple. Make a double sure I'm still recording. Yeah, I am. I'll just get out this cutter. I got Bramley apple as well because it said cooking apples, so the only apple I could think of was a Bramley apple. You can maybe use a Granny Smith as well. I feel like when you're cooking with apples, it's always best to use a green apple. Peel it first. You have to be quite quick with apples because they can get quite brown if you leave them too long. Exposed to oxygen, so I think what I actually maybe could do is might add it to the bowl of lemon. One sec, because I know lemon preserves apple. Oh, I've never used this before, so I don't even know if you can get that out actually. So it's just, okay, I'll put the apple in with the lemon because I feel like lemon keep apples from going brown for longer. I might also just speed up this process actually, just so that you don't have to watch me cutting the whole apple. I just thought it'd be a fun video to do. I've also got a star cutter to make mince pies to make them look proper Christmassy. Let me know what plans you all have for Christmas. I'm so looking forward to the new year actually because I mean I'm also kind of nervous about it because as many of you know, because I won't stop freaking whining about it, YouTube and Adpocalypse. I had my ads removed in all videos at MediEvilFan. I don't know why, but I changed my bio. I think because I have gay ass commentary in the title of all my videos. I really have no idea why. I do have a couple of videos on my channel like soundtracks. I remember the Red Dwarfs makeup video, but yeah, I got all my ads removed a while ago, and they told me until I've made the appropriate changes to my channel, I can reapply again in January. But I'm like, could you please specify, because I don't know what I've done to breach terms of service. Like, I probably won't be able to do it again in January, but I have a feeling it's maybe made an error or someone made a false claim or something. But I don't know, but hopefully that gets resolved next year. I'm going to cut this as fine as I can because I don't want it being that noticeable in the in amongst all the other fruits. I don't want like massive chunks of apple amongst all the small fruits, and I want it to be like scoopable into the pastry cases. Baking is something I used to always do with my grandma. A little shout out to my grandma just now. Love you so much. and we're having Christmas Day at hers this year. Normally, since she had a Mycenia crisis around a couple of years ago, well, a few years ago now actually, we've always had Christmas Day around at my house, apart from one lockdown we had it at hers when we had it delivered. But yeah, we're getting it delivered again this year to her house. It's the way of having her, you know, get involved. Like, it's around at her house, but we're getting it delivered from a local place. Saves us a lot of hassle, but on the build up to Christmas, I'm doing a lot of baking, and probably gonna make something, you know, for Christmas, you know, like a cheesecake or something, or like tomorrow I'm making a roast dinner, so we're having like a little mock Christmas dinner on the build up to it. It's a chicken I'm making tomorrow, not a turkey. But got a few ideas for my YouTube channel right now. Well, I posted the Grinch long play. I'm going to play the Grinch Adventures later on my Twitch. Alright, let me just put what I've cut of this so far into the lemon juice, just because the lemon juice will keep it browning for a little bit. Don't know if the recipe even says that, to be honest, but I'm just going off my initiative. Oh, speaking of initiative, I'll need to continue Buffy with Mum. Oh yeah, in the new year. It's only 3 months until I meet James Marsters, who plays Spike. I'm excited for that. But also have to work out again later, because I've started working out again, but I'm not dieting at the minute, because who the fuck diets at Christmas? Oh, sorry if you're watching Grandma for swearing. I know you hate when I swear. I do apologise. And I'm sorry YouTube as well, because YouTube probably won't like me swearing too much. It's a nasty habit, but I can't help it. Sometimes I just do without thinking. The Grinch and PS1 was so bloody frustrating, because I started that last year, but just with time ticking and all that, and other projects I was working on at the same time, playing the new Dark Pictures game, I never got around to actually finishing it before the 6th of January. It was just a really hard game. I didn't know what I was doing in it half the time. I kept having to look at walkthroughs and gameplays, and I did it all in multiple sessions, but I posted the full game on YouTube, but I had to finish it off this year because I didn't finish it last year, so a lot of the game footage was from last year, as I explained in the video. But we're nearly done with all the apple. We're ready to actually just mix everything together and just boil it. Well, simmer it, not so much boil it. We'll have to let it cool down a bit first. And yeah, I've loved baking ever since. I just want to share more of my other side, because you see, like, obviously my creative side on MediEvilFan, which I'm still working on a YTP up until dawn, and I'm working on one of Fat Families right now. I don't know if I have any YTPs made for Christmas, but I might try and make one in the new year. I could maybe have one done for Christmas, I'll see. But I just wanted to show you guys a bit more about my culinary side, because ever since I was 6 years old, I have loved cooking. I didn't like it as a job. I did it in college, but with my anxiety and one bitch who bullied me, and I just didn't do well with people. I don't do well working with others, and the pressure of the kitchen and my anxiety, I couldn't handle it. But I do it just fine at home. I just can't really stand people, to be honest with you. Not you guys are just fine. But that's everything measured now. So first things first. May have to just pause the recording just to double check the recipe, but I think they might have added the butter first, but I may add soot. But I might actually have a look at what they do first. One sec. Oh no, it says mix everything except the alcohol for 10 minutes, I think it said. In a medium pan, it said. Until the butter is dissolved, but in this case soot is dissolved, and then add the brandy. And I think you basically cook it until the brandy cools off. I guess we'll see when when we get there. I haven't showered today, and my hair is a bit of a mess. Quite often I shower after I've been baking and cooking, because like you get really sweaty and dirty when you're cooking in a kitchen anyway. So what is the point in getting clean just to get dirty again? You might as well just go for your shower afterwards. But I promise you I do shower. I'm not making that an excuse. Like, those of you who don't see me every day, every hour of the day, don't see me shower, I promise behind the scenes I do. Just toss the apple in. As you can see, the apple on top was getting quite brown, but below it's not, because the lemon was preserving it. And God, I know a load of dishes is going to be awaiting me after this. I don't want to leave them all to my mum, because usually they always just end up with my mum, the dishes, but I will try and do them. I'm a good boy, and yes, I do live with my mum, and I do live with my stepdad. What of it? I know a lot of people are judgmental about a guy nearly in his 30s still living with his mum and stepdad, but they love me and I love them. We're a happy family. One big happy family. There we go, just chuck in the sugar. Mixture of muscovado and brown sugar. Just because. Oh wait, I probably should aim the. Oh, that's a bit better. Yeah, I'll turn the arm around a little. No, I don't want to turn up the heat. I'm just turning on about the ring. There we go. And now just to add all of this, I think. I hope. It says on everything just now. Apart from the brandy. So I'm assuming that also means the herbs. Not herbs, I mean spices. I'll just get a wooden spoon to wiggle that down. Oh, we need to add the suet as well. We've got sugar here. That's a lot of mixture. So probably have some left over. Oh! It already smells like mince pies. And if it's all not it. It's only just been all poured in just now. It's not even started cooking yet. Let me know right now if you guys really know how to make mince pies and you're angry with anything I'm doing wrong right now. They're using vegetable suet. Be sure it's vegetable suet because if you use other, it'll be nasty. If you use pork suet or something, it has to be vegetable. Yeah, and that suet just melts into it. Probably should have put the suet in first, but I didn't, so suck it. I'm only joking. Break it down in a second. It says to just leave it for about 10 minutes. So I'll see you in 10 minutes. Wait, actually no, 1 second. This says half a teaspoon of cinnamon, so after I've put in a half teaspoon of cinnamon, I'll put in 2 half teaspoons of mixed spice. Just so I don't have to get a teaspoon measuring spoon, just so it's on the dishes. Oh, this must be leftover mixed spice from last year. Or maybe it's not. I just don't remember opening it. There we go. Right, now that's been added, I'm just going to stir all that in and I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, so 10 minutes later, and it looks like all the sugar and the suet has dissolved. And it really smells so much like the mince pies you would get in a store. Alright, Sunday school, like choir. But, God, this smells so nice. But it smells so nice even. We have to wait for it to cool before we add the brandy. So I thought while we wait for it to cool, we will make the... Fucking hell, what do you call it? Oh, the pastry, sorry. But yeah, I think that's all melted and cooked. We'll take that off the heat. It specifically says to let it cool completely, so... we measure it. 360... I think it was 360. I don't know. I think it was 300. It was 200. No, 300. Yeah, 375 flour, 260 butter. That was it. Making sure it's plain flour, otherwise it will rise in the oven, which we don't want. You actually can have puff pastry mince pies. You see them in shops. But we're making the regular ones that are shaped a bit like a cupcake. I think me saying regular sounds like I'm discriminating against puff pastry ones, but no, I'm not meaning to. Sorry. Sorry, you puff pastry lovers. Oh, I went a bit overboard there, but it's fine. At 260 of butter. Y'all. I think I knead it in with my hands. Well, that's definitely more than that. These scales are on the brink, I feel. It's definitely room temperature. Well, it is cut into cubes. It's just sort of sticking again. There we go. How much is in this? Oh, I need the entire contents. Okay. I've got enough for my gingerbread in then. Okay, yeah, I figured I'd have to do this way, like, so I have to knead it in with my hands, but then I have to mix in an egg and caster sugar, obviously to make it more like a dough, because it's going to turn into breadcrumbs when we do this. This might be quite a tedious process, so I might fast forward this as well, but I'm quite used to this process because I make crumble a lot. I need a bigger bowl, to be honest, but this is the biggest bowl I have. It says to keep back an egg for glazing, but I'm not too bothered about glazing it, so we'll go without that. And we'll be dusting it with icing sugar at the end, so we won't really need to care about glazing. They have like a complete casing on top, like, whereas mine will just be a topping of a pastry star. Once we've made this dough, we'll just chuck the brandy into the mince pie mixture, or mince meat even. I had to allow it to cool down a little. Well, it says completely, so we'll let it cool down completely. I was thinking, God, we're adding brandy into it, we're not cooking the alcohol out of it. But I'm thinking, oh yeah, we actually cook it in the oven, so I'll be cooking there, like the alcohol. That took me a few minutes, but it's fully incorporated now, the butter, and I think I was just testing this here, and it seems warm now. It's not like completely cool, but I think we're okay to add the brandy. Don't know what the harm will be in adding it without it cooling first, and we'll just mix that in. Let me just wipe this up real quick, because I made a bit of a splash with the brandy there. Maybe that's what it means if I don't add it right away. And we'll just leave that aside a bit for it to infuse. So we have to add 1 egg. Oh god, I felt I sounded so much like Pauline there. 1 egg, but we add 140 grams of caster sugar. I have that in here. But I've used so much of it the other day when I was making salted caramel cupcakes, because I had to make 2 batches of salted caramel and 1 batch of cupcakes, so naturally that means I've gone through over half a bag of sugar. So many calories in that. I hope I've written all them off. If this was like a savoury we were making, we'd skip the sugar step. I'm gonna mix that in before I actually add the egg. Oh, sugar! I shouldn't be doing that on top of a hot ring that'll melt the butter. I do still feel though like I'm probably better off mixing it with my hands. I'll just make a little well in the middle there for the egg to go in. So it was 140 grams of sugar. The recipe called for 260 grams of butter, but the butter stick was 250, so just thought like I'm opening another packet that's at 10 more grams. Like I'm certain that'll be enough. Like, if not, I could add like a little milk to it to like make it a bit stickier. There we go. Just make sure there's no shell in it before I added it. So I'll just try and mix it by hand, I mean with a spoon, but I feel like I'll mix it better with my hands. I'll just get in there with my hands. But we'll see how we do just with the spoon first. I feel like it will incorporate better just doing it by hand. I did this when I made gingerbread men as well. Like I mixed it with my hands rather than a spoon. I want the mixture somewhat like firm, but also we don't want it so firm that it'll break when we roll it out. Right, so I think it'll be easier to just pour it onto the work surface just now, and we'll just try and form it on the work surface. Oh, it's quite a lot of it. Jeez Louise. I'm just making sure to like form it with my hands, because the butter will melt with my hands mixing it, so it'll be a lot easier to mix the dough doing it just with your bare hands. But yes, they are clean, don't you worry, I have washed them. I actually have OCD, so washing your hands quite regularly is a part of that. Okie doke, we've got the dough mixture rather doughy now rather than floury. I've actually greased the tins that are going in, because I think the last time I made them, they didn't all stick, but some of the mince pies I made stuck to the tin a little. So I just greased them just to help encourage them to come out a bit more easily. A bit like my mum trying to get me to come out my whole life. So every time the dishes get washed in this house, everything gets put in a different place to what it was before. It gives like a measurement of how thin it should be, but I don't know by eyeball like how thin you want the pastry to be. There we go. And if it starts cracking a little, just shape it back together. It's the same with the with gingerbread men. That cracks a lot. I feel like gingerbread is a lot harder to roll out than pastry, which we will be doing in a second. I feel like gingerbread in general is a bit easier though, just because you just melt a bunch of things in the pan and mix it with all the dry, and then voila, you've got your gingerbread mixture. It's just a matter of rolling it and cutting it out. We'll be making that after this though. There we go. Yeah, this is quite a nice texture. Sometimes if it's a bit too sticky, you might need to like dust your rolling pin, but it seems to be just the right consistency. Oh, whoops, smudged a little bit on my finger there. That seems just fine. Oh god, I keep tearing it by accident. Yeah, in between recordings here, I've just been listening to Spotify, and I was currently listening to Perfume by Britney Spears, in case you wonder why I'm just singing to myself. It's like, I want to believe. Right, so that's still quite thick for pastries, so... or short crust pastry even. We don't want too thin of a pastry, but somewhat thin. Just like I don't want to be too thin for going away to Aberdeen Comic Con next March, but I want to be somewhat thin. It actually seems like a perfect pastry. Watch it come out of the oven terribly. So we do have cutters here. Circular dips. I don't even know what you call them. Crinkle cut. The crinkly cuts. Like, I feel like most of them do have. Oh wait, whoops. Did a little tear there. I'll just make it a little bit thinner. I don't want the pastry to be too thick, but I also don't want it to be too thin. I feel like having it too thin is what causes it to stick if it's like overcooked and it turns into like a biscuit. Right, That's the oven made the sound now that it's preheated to the temperature we need at. So when it goes straight in, you can just immediately time it because it's preheated. Okay. That's a bit more that's more the size I want it now. Oh yeah. And there we go, just show you manually here. Me putting one in its tin. And I greased it beforehand just in case it sticks. Hopefully it doesn't. If it does, it's not the end of the world. It's all about the adventure. Eh? There we go, just try and ease that in if you can. Alright, arrange as possible, just to make use of each one. To get as much out of the pastry as possible is what I was meaning. I feel like I didn't say that properly. I probably won't film this entire process. That's 4 we've done just now. I'll cut back to you once we've done them all. Sorry, got take 3. We managed to make about 24 pastry cases. How many of them will actually come out clean? I don't know. But we managed to cut out 24 stars as well. And we only have like a little daddy bit of a little teeny bit of pastry left over, so we just binned that. There's no point in keeping it, really. We could have always just put it in the oven along with it, but there we go. We got our mincemeat mixture. So let's put a spoonful into each one. About a dessert spoonful should be enough. There we go. It'll bubble up in the oven like the sugar in that, so probably best to be careful not to overflow it. There we go. Maybe not even a dessert spoonful, that seems like quite a lot as well. That seems a bit enough. And that one. And we'll just top. I may have made my pastry a bit too thick. Hopefully it doesn't affect the cooking in any way. Maybe just under a dessert spoonful should be just fine. Which one? Just don't fill your dessert spoon up to the brim. Just fill it like just a little bit, or maybe a heaped teaspoon. Should be enough. I like I say that as I fill this one to the brim. But you're best waiting for it to cool before you take it out of the oven, because it'll be too soft when it comes out of the oven. You need to give it time to cool down. That's 5 of them done. Now C is when they're all done. Then we'll just put the stars on them all. Okay, so this is the first batch. There'll be another batch over there that I'll do off camera, but let's just show you, demonstrate. Putting the stars on them all. Not that I really need to demonstrate that, but I just thought I'd show the whole process. Just top off each one. Little pastry star. Just to proper look Christmassy. Like the one on BBC Good Food showed them just completely encasing it in pastry, but I'm doing it the way that the ones you get in the shops. The ones with the star topping. Mine might overflow, I don't actually know, but who cares, right? It's how it tastes that's the main thing. There we are. Now it's just a matter of putting it in the oven at 200 degrees. It says from 15 to 20 minutes. So I will see you when they're ready. Whether or not we can take them out of the case, I do not know. We'll probably see them after we've made the gingerbread men. So I'll see you then. But these look pretty good so far. Okay, so that's them out the oven. Some of them did overflow a little and not quite burn, but the parts that like spilled over burn a little bit. They look really good, in my opinion. They look golden enough without the egg on top. But I'm gonna leave them to cool so that they're easier to take out their trays. And in the meantime, it's getting really dark now outside, so I'm gonna really have to use this light here. But we're going to make gingerbread men now. And in a pan, I have added 75 grams of butter and 100 grams of syrup and 100 grams of brown sugar, which I've actually added mostly light brown sugar and a little bit of muscovado, equaling up to 100 because I didn't have quite 100 grams of light sugar, so I made up the rest of it with light sugar. Muscovado sugar. And I'll leave that melting in a pan while we make our dry ingredients. I'll just leave it at a low heat because we don't want it to burn while we're not looking. Okay, so this is a bit different to one I followed recently. This recipe doesn't actually specify how much you need of ginger and cinnamon, but I remember the last recipe I followed said to add 2 teaspoons, or was it 2 tablespoons? No, it was 2, I think it was 2.5 teaspoons of ginger and then like a teaspoon of cinnamon. I like how there's cinnamon in it actually. I love me a bit of cinnamon. I think I added like half the jar, I think, the last time the ginger, so I might actually have to add just the rest of the jar. Right, we've got more flour up here. There you go. We need bicarb soda as well. There we go. So open this bag of flour. I'll open it over the bowl because quite often like when I open it a bit flies out. There we go. So I'll just open it over the bowl. Right. To me, that actually doesn't look like a lot of flour. I mean, considering the amount of liquid that's going in. But the thing is, if it looks too sticky, we could just add more flour, you know. So now it says just a teaspoon. Yeah. It says 2 teaspoons of baking powder, but I mean bicarbonate soda. But yeah, we aren't using self-raising flour, so we probably will need 2 teaspoons. I won't use heaped ones. I feel like that'll be a bit too much. We've got salt in a bag up here, so that's the salt. Oh, I probably should be showing this. There we go. That's the salt and bicarbonate soda and flour in a bowl, but it doesn't seem like much. But oh, there we go. Make some cinnamon. Make some cinnamon. Oh, messy. Let's a little bit of cinnamon. I only had half a teaspoon of cinnamon. That might be enough. There we go. We don't want the cinnamon to overshadow the ginger. Yeah, 2.5 teaspoons of ginger. Yeah, we want this exceptionally gingery, so it's gingerbread. Well, gingerbread men, or gingerbread people actually. Because we don't know that they're necessarily men. There we go. Make sure our dry ingredients are all incorporated. And we've still got our oven on. There we go. Don't think we need these anymore. Scales. Right, so let's pour our wet ingredients, or our wet ingredients into our dry. If I find it still a bit too wet, I might actually add some more flour. But we'll see what it's like after we've mixed it. It might look more than it is. But that's I used the amount of flour the recipe said, so turns out wrong. I'll be on your case, BBC. Now Uncle Roger's already on their case. Actually, no, that actually does look like enough. I might use some for dusting, like the recipe said. Yeah, it's incorporating well. Might you need a lot for dusting, because yeah, it does look quite... No, it's not fully mixed yet. I'll judge it when it's fully mixed. Yeah, it's lapping it up quite well. No, I don't think that needs any more like liquid. No, that seems just fine. Brilliant. Right, I'll give it a light dusting of flour. I won't put too much down. And if it turns out I do need more, I can always add more, you know? You can't really take away. That'll be enough for now. I'm going to use the same rolling pin that I used for rolling out the pastry, just because it's mostly the same mixture, really. Only more. Quite warm, gingerbread mixture. Don't know if you might let it cool first, the dough, but it feels moldable just now, so that's fine. There we go. Now, just dust both sides. Might leave it to sit for a minute actually. I'll be back with you in a moment. I feel like it needs to firm a little. Okay, so I've not actually left it that long, but it's already feeling quite firm now. It's still kind of like on the warm side, but I might just sprinkle it with some flour just so it's a bit easier to roll it out. I just double checked I did have my gingerbread man cutter still, and yeah, I do. I wasn't sure if like anyone had thrown it out or anything, or someone thought I was done with it and wasn't going to use it again and threw it out. So basically just saying the same thing twice there. Alright, so there we go, just thoroughly dusting that, because I think it's quite a soft mixture right now. We want it a bit more firm and a bit easier to handle while rolling it out. So there we go. I've not washed the rolling pin since making the pastry before, but the pastry literally has the same ingredients in it as this, so it's not like I'm making anything different with it, except it's got more in it, like spices and that. So currently up in the oven, just waiting on those to cool down. The other things I made, the mince pies. I couldn't think what they were called for a second there. There we go. So I want these kind of thin, not too thin, but I want them thin enough so that they turn out more like biscuits than cakes. This is less mixture than the last time I made them, but I'm kind of glad because I don't want to have too many to make, because it was quite a task last time I made it. Like the amount of gingerbread men I had to decorate, it was like twice the amount of this mixture, but this is just the right amount, I feel. There we go. I think that's thin enough. The recipe did call for quite a lot of bicarbonate soda, so I don't know if it's going to like rise by like a lot in the oven. But I know that baking soda, bicarbonate soda, and salt basically just turns plain flour into soft raisin. I've got a reindeer cutter as well. I might try and do a wee reindeer, maybe one or two. But we'll do a couple of gingerbread people first. There we go. I think I cut it the wrong way. Yeah, I cut it with the wrong side because God, that hurt my fingers. There we go. We managed to make a person out of that. I bought jelly tots as well for decorating them with the little gumdrop buttons. Terrible impression of Gingy from Shrek, but that's who I was trying to be there. Not the gumdrop buttons! No, not the buttons! Not my gumdrop buttons! There we go. Don't want to move that one too much. I feel like I could have made a better gap with that first one, but I don't want to move it because I break it. Well, these seem to have turned out a bit better than the first ones I made a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago? That's a bit of a stretch because it was still in December. A week ago? Maybe a week or two. I've got 2 sheets as well of baking parchment and greaseproof paper. Don't they look cute? Very easy to make actually. The decorating might be a bit of a task, but no, they're actually pretty easy. Just heat up the wet ingredients in a pan, and over here I'm just remolding. Let me just double check that the camera is on it. Yes, I'm just remolding the mixture because there's no current space for cutting it anymore, so just reforming the mixture with the next tray. And we'll see if we can get a little reindeer out of it. The reindeers were pretty hard to cut when I did them last time. I have to make it quite thin. So I think when it was too thick, it came out like bits of it got stuck in his antlers and in his leg. It was hard to get him out in one piece. And obviously, any content creators out there want to YTP this, feel free. I'd be dying to actually see what you could make out of this. Because at the start of making this, I thought of YT Poops, YTP Paula Dean, when he made the YTP of how make gingerbread cookies. I was going to say at the start of this, saying like, now these are really, not quite as easy to make. Oh shit, it just knocked my camera there. So let's see if we can get a reindeer out of this. Oh, right, oh. Push his leg out, because... There we go. It seems to have cut him out. Can we lift him though? That's the real question. That's the real question. Oh, we can!
I'm just glad I'm in one piece.
Let's see if we can cut another one. Oh, this one came out. No bother. Couldn't have been me before I was eating. Yeah, that one will be upside down for you, so I do apologise. I'll just take that little bit off. I'm just eating it. I do find gingerbread people very Christmassy. Don't you think? I think a lot of people do. What are you on about, Stephen? Yeah, I hope he forms alright in the oven. There we go. That was a bit of a flop, it's fine. I've got others that I think might turn out okay. But we've still got quite a bit of dough. I just have to re-roll it again. That tray's getting a bit full, so I'm going to make space on this one. Little Rudolph, could you move over just a little? Hogging all the space. We've only got a little bit more left anyway, so we got quite a lot out of that small mixture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 gingerbread men and 2 reindeer. Ow! Jeez Louise! Probably just enough for 2 more. For 2 more gingerbread folk. Make this one upside down, because why not? I'm an upside down person, so I can really. I guess we can just taste test the dough. That was quite nice. And not over the top cinnamony, I can taste the ginger. Just rolling out the tiny little bit that there is left. I think we can make another guy out of it. There we are. That should be enough. We'll just make a sausage. We'll make a tester one here. Just plop this bit at the side. And how long will that take in the oven? Let me see. Regardless of how long it'll take in the oven, I think it only takes about, what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Right, so I'll be putting those in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. And then when they come out, we might try one of our mince pies, so we can get them out of the tray, see what we think of them. And then we'll decorate the gingerbread mini when they've cooled down a little bit. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Actually, while they're in the oven, I see no reason why we can't just try one of our mince pies. 2 of them actually came out alright, but this one got kind of stuck. So, let's taste test this one. That's actually really nice. Very nice heated up with some cream on it. Shut up, washing machine. Very nice heated up with some cream on it. With a glass of milk or something, but god, they're really good. I think maybe a bit better than the ones you get at the shop. But yeah, the gingerbread men are in the oven just now, so see you back again in a few minutes. Sorry, I had to leave a few minutes to record again there because Mum just came home from being out today and people have just been in and out of the kitchen a lot and my sister woke up from the lie down and everyone's just been out of the kitchen, so it's not like, okay, I have to wait for a bit.
Mum, I told I'm doing my programme!
Honestly, yeah, I'm not drinking, that's just the brandy that I use to make the mince pies, but mostly they have come out alright, the mince pies. Like, some of them have been hard to, that's only that one that came out a bit messy, but it's just the one that really overflowed that were hard to get out. But the gingerbread men are at the oven too. That one's got a bit of a curved arm, which is something I was worried about, but it's no big deal. This one looks a bit like a poo, so that's not a gingerbread man. But they look good after coming out of the oven. The oven actually is off, it just sounds like it's on until it fully cools down. But I'll just get some icing sugar and we'll dust these little fellows, okay? I keep forgetting, like, when I move about my tripod, it messes with the mic. Actually, just over this bowl, I'll just pour some icing sugar into it, because I don't want it to just go through it and just make a big chunk of icing sugar on it. I'll pour it out into the sieve before I hover it over the actual the pies, because I don't want it to just have a big chunk of icing sugar on it. If you know what I mean. You don't need too much icing sugar, just a little. Just enough to dust the tops. To look like little dustings of snow. It's best leaving it to cool down before you do this as well, because you don't want the icing sugar to melt onto it. And then the whiteness of it will disappear. Yeah, if you put it on when it's still hot, the sugar will melt onto it and it won't look very nice. Best doing it once it's cooled a little. And I put down some kitchen paper as well, just so that when it's dusted, I don't have to clean the work surface. I can just pull the bits of paper away. But that's been dusted now. We'll have a look at the final product when they're all on the plate together. And my sister's going to my grandma's tonight, so she's bringing around some of these to her, which is just great, because it's perfect timing for doing this. Because she watches Strictly Come Dancing every night, every Saturday. Well, most Saturdays, depends on what she's got on, but yeah, it's usually their thing every Saturday. My sister goes around my grandma to watch Strictly Come Dancing. But now, I'll show you them when they come out the tub, and then we'll just put these aside for now. Oh, and also that was just the tester one. I know my sister wants to try this, but that's actually really nice. Lovely. It's got like a salty taste to it. I think it's because I put salt in it. from the bicarbonate soda, but it's not overwhelmingly salty, but I can tell there's salt in it. Now we need to give them little gumdrop ones. Now we got some chocolatey writing icing here. This one's caramel, that's milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and white chocolate. I got white chocolate just for the eyes, or anything else we need to colour white. But we'll just use caramel to stick the jelly tots on. Okay, maybe that's not really sticking it on very well. Maybe we need quite a bit of, maybe we need a bit more than I thought. Quite a bit of caramel to stick it on. That's better. Yeah, I needed more than I anticipated. Oh, but now it's sort of squished. I don't want the same colour one. We have got other icings as well. There we go. That's enough to stick it down. There we go. Looks very nice, doesn't it? We'll just decorate one right now on camera. And then I'll show you them when they're all done. I do have Christmassy writing icings. I can't think where I put them though. They're up here somewhere. Are they over here instead? Yeah, no, they're here. They're here. Tesco's Christmassy glittery decorating icing. We'll give them a wee smile, actually, with dark chocolate. And we'll use white chocolate, just give him the whites of his eyes. I don't want to over decorate them because I feel like over decorating a gingerbread man can be quite a tedious process. There we go, just did that for the whites of his eyes. And then that for the pupils. It's not perfect. Oh god, it's definitely not perfect now, it's smudged it. Oh, never mind. Turned out somewhat okay. I kind of smudged it a little though. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Right, now we'll use the shiny icing to give him a cute little bow tie. How do I get it open? There we go. I'll just mush it up because it doesn't seem fully mixed when you first get it. Like the glitter sort of separates from the other parts of the icing. There we go. Just make sure that it starts coming out before there we go. And we'll just try and do a little bow tie. It might not turn out like a bow tie, but we'll try our best. There we go. How cute does that look? A little bow tie, little buttons, smiley face. I think that looks quite nice, doesn't it? And we'll do all the rest like that too. So actually no, we'll decorate Rudolph on camera too. But we won't go over the top with him either. We'll give him a red nose, because he's Rudolph, so of course he would have a red nose. There we are. And we'll use the chocolate icing. Or should we use the chocolate icing? No, we'll use the magical icing for Rudolph. The glittery icing. And we'll use the white chocolate to give him a wee eye. And a bit of dark chocolate for his pupil. Tap that in place. It's quite thick, this icing, so yeah. Shape the white in place. There we go. And now, actually, we'll use a bit of chocolate to give him a smile. Oh wait, I'll just clean that off. And we'll give him some chocolate hooves. I think this is milk chocolate. It's kind of falling off a little. Just eating it as I'm making it. There we go. Give him a little tail. And we'll, I'm going to hold on to the caramel icing for sticking those on. So I'm going to give him, whoops, we'll give him shiny rings. Oops, that came out quite gushy. Oh, that's what I was worried about before. Don't matter. There we go. Just making sure. Yeah, we'll wipe that off. That's what happened last time where it came out all just liquid. Oh, I smudged that by accident. Okay. I'm like eating it as I'm decorating it. There we go. There's rain there. And there's rains there. And then there's Rudolph. Don't need to go too over the top. But there is Rudolph. Heh. Ding 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 ding. So now just to decorate the rest. Right, so I don't want to hold my family hostage for too long, because everyone's going to be wanting to get in the kitchen to make dinner and that about now, because it took a bit longer than expected. But here's a look at the final result. There you go. Don't they look cute? Not perfect, mind you. They look a bit like frogs, some of them, but I think they look really cute. It gets the point across, like the little gumdrop buttons, the little bow ties. You could always like make yourself an icing out of milk and icing sugar and just go all around the sides and give them a little wee shirt and all that, but I just want to keep it simple. A little Rudolph as well. And the mince pies came out perfectly. Yeah, you definitely have to grease the tins. Let me know down below, because I still have a gingerbread house kit, and I was going to make some salted caramel brownies as well, with little Christmas decorations to put on them. Let me know if I'll see another cooking video before Christmas. And love you all so much. If you want to check out what's going on with me on a daily basis or weekly basis, I'm most active on Discord. If you want to check me out down below, I stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays, which I'm going to be doing later, funnily enough, in about an hour or so. On Twitch, if you want to check me out on those days, 6 PM, if I'm sticking to schedule, that is. And yeah, be sure to subscribe. Support me on Patreon as well if you would like to help out my channels where YouTube can't, because they love removing my ads. But I love you all so much, and I will see you in whatever I post next. I hope you enjoyed. And as we know, the mince pies tasted lovely. We taste tested those. And we know the gingerbread men are lovely too, because I made that little taste test blob that wasn't a gingerbread man, and that was lovely too. So love you all so much. Take care.